Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Just yesterday, we did the video about the film, the dirty, smutty skin flick that the SNP's Quango was funding, and how, wondering why was the public being asked to pay for basically this rather, harsh, we say, film, proper adult film, featuring lesbians romping around the Scottish countryside. Nothing particularly against it myself, but I don't think it's something that the taxpayers should be funding. Well, it seems it's been 24 hours, and they've decided that decency should rule above degeneracy. And the Creative Scotland, the Quango that's responsible for this, has decided that, having seen public reaction, they're going to pull funding. They're walking away and they're not going to go ahead with it, which I think is a very wise decision. But it does go to show that if we stand firm and foursquare and show what we find acceptable and not acceptable, then we can win. And we can get rid of this, publicly funded smut. If people want to watch it, and I'm sure people do, just go on to P-Hub or something. You don't pay for it, it's free. You don't need to worry about making this kind of film out of public funds. I'm sure there's plenty of people, other stuff is available. Other movies are available. You don't need to do this. And so it's nice to see that decency wins for once. Let's take a quick look, see how it goes. It's not a big piece, but it's just something I thought, it's a win, isn't it? It's a win. Let's have it. Here goes. So this hardcore film abandoned by the SNP government-funded Quango. They've upped sticks and buggered off. Creative Scotland have walked away from a project which they initially funded with public cash. And then they've realised that the public don't want it. It's not the sort of thing that they should be funding. An SNP government Quango has withdrawn support for a hardcore project, awarded over £80,000 of public funds. Creative Scotland will also try to recoup the money already paid out for a film that's attracted widespread criticism. So they're going to try and get the money back, the money that they've already given them. I bet you that's been spent. The cash awarded for the Rain development in January was to be used for a project requiring actors to participate in what they call non-simulated sex scenes. In other words, it's a skin flick. It's a bang film, isn't it? It's a bit of jazz. Look, Ma, no hands, The project's website describes it as a 45-minute art installation that pays people £270 a day to take part in sex scenes, including hardcore acts. Really? I mean, I'd do it for less. Actors had to be over the age of 18, and those with previous sex work experience, particularly in porn contexts, were encouraged to apply. However, after full details of the project emerged, Creative Scotland launched an immediate probe. These headlines write themselves, really, don't they? I think there'd be a lot of probing in that film. The Quango said, after the conclusion of its review, following a review of the application, assessment and contractual agreement regarding the Project Rain, Creative Scotland has made the decision to withdraw support. Oh, they were using the withdrawal method for this project, and will be seeking recovery of funding paid in respect of this award to date. What has emerged in the latest phase of the project represents a breach of the conditions of funding award, as the nature of the project has changed. Yeah, they've said it's one thing, and they've gone, hey, let's go and make something, degenerate and slutty, really, for the want of a better word. Let's just make some filth. Doesn't need public money to make it. It is a win. It is right that it's been removed. The monies have been cancelled. Now they will go and chase for the money. I don't know how much of it's going to get back. Money will have been spent. People will have been received wages and things. You're not going to get all of it back. You're going to get very little of it back. But the point is, whoever signed off on it needs to lose their job. Find out whose signature's at the bottom that signed this off, and then say, right, you failed to do due diligence, effectively. You've wasted £80,000 of money. Either pay it back or you're fired. And if you start doing things like that, you know what? A lot of this doesn't happen in the first place. There's no reversal. There's no reverse ferret. There's no walking it back. It just doesn't happen. if people know when they sign something that they're liable for what they're signing for, you can guarantee there'll be a lot more research before signatures get, put on the paper. Anyway, the central role that non-simulated, that is to say real sex acts now play in the project, they said marks a significant change to the nature of the work presented in the original application, which was assessed for funding. Yeah, I wonder what the original one was. Oh, we're going to stand in a garden naked and let, or some such. You guarantee it would have been sexual in nature from the beginning. Like I said, I'm not a prude. I'm not a prude at all. But there's some things that the public should not be paying for, Anyway, this significant change to the nature of the work, they said, has been evidenced in the most recent announcement on the project's website without the agreement of Creative Scotland. So they've been done over like a kipper maybe, but that's after they've had the money. Now, if someone's so naive as to give them all this money up without seeing what's happening, then, that person, like I say, needs to lose their job. Creative Scotland's funding decision came under intense scrutiny, and the SNP Cabinet Secretary Angus Robertson said the project should not have been funded. Well, unbelievably, and for once, I'm actually in full agreement with Angus Robertson. But is it his department that... No, he's not culture, is he? No. Unless he is. Don't know. Even so, should never have been funded. Heads must roll. The money must be got back. And it is something that, it was obvious. It must have been obvious from the start that it wasn't, anything other than sort of smut filth and... I don't know. You wonder with some people sometimes, don't you? But at least decency's won the day today. Anyway, we'll round off, we'll come up and we'll finish the video. We'll take the W. It's not often we get a win, is it? It's not often we get a win against the SNP because they normally plough on regardless, even when it is obviously wrong. Because, they can never be wrong, can they? They can never have made mistakes. But it seems this time they have. Well done. Well done us. Well done us fighting against it. What next? I've got the taste for a win now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button. We're getting very close to 12,000. It'd be nice to hit that by the end of the week. So if you haven't yet subscribed, now's the time. Hit the like as well. Anyway, till next time, stay safe, stay well, stay out of trouble. Don't watch things like this. Don't go making films like this on the public money. Thank you. Bye.